and everything. Where are you, people? Elsie, what's
Hello.
up? Hello. How was your day?
Mm, it was a bad day.
Oh, it was a bad day. I hate those. I hate those. I really hope you can
But
forget.
at least we, no, at least I am healthy.
Yeah. Fortunately.
Yes, teacher.
Fortunately, girl. Jesus Christ, that's very bad. Well, that's what happens sometimes.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's hard. But it's today, Wednesday, is the most difficult day. No? Let's hope that it becomes easier in the next days. Right? Hello, Caesar. Hello, everybody. Hello, guys. Let's begin with the final lesson and the final, the final lesson before the exam. Right? Today we are going to do a little bit of uh, listening in order to finish the training, because tomorrow we're going to start with the exam. So let's do this exercise. It's, I think, oh, it's right here. I'm going to give you one of the most difficult exercises that exist in the exam. Okay, today we are going to practice one of the most difficult exercises that exist, which is this one over here. Okay, on the screen you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no, 6 different spaces, and each space represents one piece of information that exists in the audio. You need to complete these blanks with the information that you have over here. This is in the exam. Technically, it's part 3 of the exam in the listening section. It's so complicated compared to the other 3, part 1, part 2, and part 4. In my consideration, are easier than part 3. So let's practice this exercise using 2 different exercises, okay? One for demo and the other for you. Let's see what we have here. It says, use the first play. Yes, by the way, you are going to listen to the audio twice, okay? So let's write a little instruction box over here. Instructions. There are 6 questions in this part. For each question, listen to a short recording and answer with a word or a short phrase. With a word or a short phrase. Short phrase, no more than 2 or 3 words. That's 3 words is too much. I think it's only 1, 2 words maximum. The interesting thing about this exercise is that you will only have 2 chances. You'll hear the recording. How many times? Correct. In English, it's twice. My tips are the following. Number one, use the first play to locate the information. Where is the information? Don't worry. This is super important. Don't worry if you don't get the answer the first time. Don't take notes. I will add this information. Also, don't take notes while listening. Okay? My tip is to focus only on finding the information, understanding the information. And then, after the second play, use the second play to use active listening of phonetics, context, and vocabulary to get the answer. So what you need to do is, the most important listening for you is the first play. The second play is only a verification play. When you listen the second audio or listen the audio the second time, this is only for verification of the first answers. By the way, I will add before you listen. Before you listen, get familiar with the text. The audio will give you 40 seconds. 40 seconds to listen to this information. So let me give you 40 seconds to check the information. After the 40 seconds, let me know if you remember or you have any question. Okay? 1, 2, 3, action. Wait, I give you 14 minutes. No, 40 seconds. No, 40 minutes, not 40 seconds. 1, 2, 3, action. Comprehension? Any question? Are you sure? Okay. You are ready. I will play the audio. Remember, the first play is to try to locate the information. Let's go.
The motor show will be returning to Eastbrook this July, and if you thought last year's show was good, you're going to love the show this year. It's going to be bigger, there'll be more things to do, and there will also be several famous faces around the place. It'll be held on the 18th of July, and this year the motor show will not take place on the park school field like last year, but will take place on the 3 Tree Showground. This will give a lot more space for car parking, which was a problem last year. There will be lots of great things to see and do. There will be a display of old cars and buses from as early as the 1920s, all in beautiful condition. There will also be a display of cars of the future, cars powered by electricity or the sun. so you'll have the chance to see what we could all be driving in 50 years' time. You will also have the chance to see some great people from the motor industry. Jack Tyler, famous presenter of the television show Fast Driver, will be signing copies of his new book, Speed King. Top racing driver Michael Borman will also be attending and giving out signed photographs. If you're thinking that the Eastbrook Motor Show is just for men and has nothing for the ladies, think again. There'll be lots of stalls selling gifts, jewellery and clothes, and there's also the chance to win a beautiful sports car especially designed for female drivers. All you have to do is guess the number of bears in the car. I imagine that means toy bears, not real bears. So you can't miss that, can you? If you want to go to the Eastbrook Motor Show, tickets are £12 for adults and £6 for children, but you can get a family ticket for 2 adults and up to 3 children for £30. If you want to avoid queues on the day, you should buy your tickets in advance. You can get them from the Eastbrook Village shop or online on www.eastbrookmotorshow.co.uk. See you there. It's going to be a great day.
And that's the audio. Observations? Difficult stuff? What do you think? Okay. Cesar has some answers. Very good. But any observations about it? Any comments about it? Do you think it's too much information? Or is it easy? We don't know. Oh, by the way, send me the answers that you have in this moment. I want to check if you got any answers. No, you know what? After, sorry. I am going to rush. I will relax. Give me the answers later. In this moment, I want to check if you got anything or you remember anything from the answers. Okay. So let's start with, for example, Jessie. Jessie, what was the recording about? What do you remember about it?
I am not sure. I didn't understand so much. For example, I have the last answer about the price. Okay, I think so. But I'm not sure. But I didn't understand.
Okay, well, that's an interesting thing because if we didn't get what the audio is about in the first play, then we need to try. The mistake is in comprehending the text.
Not really. I understand like that it's for like a show.
Yes, okay, that makes more sense. Okay, like a show.
For example, I am not sure, but for ladies, I mean, not I mean, I understand is maybe the clothes they need to wear.
Okay, so you understood something about the ladies.
I guess.
I
am not sure. And the other information is about the day, the location, and yes, in this part about the for ladies, I suppose that.
That's very interesting because I can see that you are catching some of the information, which is very, very important to catch. And now you need, or you are missing one very important thing. So this is something I want to check with everybody, guys. It's super important to create a picture in your mind about what the audio is about. To create a picture in your mind talks about understanding precisely the text in order to imagine what is happening. One of the most important things that we have here is the title. The title says Eastbrook Motor Show. I probably don't understand what is Eastbrook, but I definitely can imagine a motor show. Jesse, what do you imagine when you read the word motor show?
It's about a show. It's a show. Sorry, about I am not how do you say motor? How do you say motor?
In
I
English?
am not.
Yes, you know the word.
Motorbike.
Excellent.
Yes,
Motorbike or
motorbike.
motorcycles.
Uh-huh.
You are very close because it's not only for motorcycles. Most importantly, because you have here 3 words that are telling you this is not for motorcycles. The word all
Okay.
cars,
Um,
the word cars again, and the word top race.
racing. Okay. I imagine like a big. I am not sure, like big. What would you say?
Like a what?
Yes. I imagine like uh, I am not sure. Just like mm, 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 how to say? Um, maybe many kinds of transportation, something like that.
Close. The
But
transportation show.
but not like transportation, like a show. But I am not how to explain. Um, like route,
Groot. What is Groot?
route. Sorry,
Groot.
route. Like how do you say? Um, I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak
No,
in
no, no, no,
Spanish.
no. Don't speak Spanish.
No?
Of course not. No. In this particular level, impossible.
Mm, okay, yes, but not like transportation, like other kind, maybe for phone.
Okay, we need help. We need help with this one. Definitely. What would you say? I like the way Caesar explained it. So probably Caesar can help you in this case. What is a motor show for you, Caesar?
Yeah. The first is Brook is a name, no? Now, motor show is for a demonstration, cars, buses, and motorcycles. For example,
Demonstration of cars.
of cars, buses, and motorcycles.
Nice. Which is kind of an event. I don't know if buses, I don't know, but I mean, at the end, it's a probably thing. It's an event to celebrate cars. It's an event to celebrate cars, to see like the latest innovations on cars, what they do, what can you have for fans of cars precisely. Look at this Mercedes fan world, which you can see only the new models of Mercedes. Here's a motorbike, for example. And here are some bands and some other things. But the thing is that this is I think the most important information that Caesar says is demonstration. For you to go and look at the cars. Right? So I think that the first thing that we need to do, and this is going to be for the tips. Before you listen, get familiar with the text and create a picture in your mind about what is going on in the audio. Because if you don't have this picture in your mind, you will have no context to understand the audio. We are visual people. And in the videos, I always teach you using videos because the visual part can really affect the way you understand. So if you have a visual of a motor show, the rest is going to be super easy. Now you can talk about showground, which is another demonstration. We have famous people. Have you seen these expos where famous people go, like the Comic-Con? So you can imagine this, what's the name of the
Stanley.
Starling? What is Starling?
Stanley.
Stanley?
Yeah.
But what about Stanley?
The
Podium.
creator for Spider-Man.
I'm talking about the podium, this one.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you read famous people, you can match it with a podium similar to the one we see in the Comic-Con and other events. Let's imagine a motor show podium. Look at this guy. You know, having a speech talking about motor show, talking about cars, talking about mobility, talking about technology, talking about these type of things. So with the visual representation, now you can say, okay, we are talking about an exposition, events, activities. You have here competition. You see, so all those words can help you understand what's going on. Now, I asked Jesse, before the pictures, did you have a different idea or is the same idea?
No, it's different.
It's different, right?
Right.
It really helps. It really, really helps. So that's going to be a massive tip for everybody. Before the first play, create a picture in your mind about this exercise because the person in the audio speaks a lot. So it's too much information. Okay. After the information, okay, we can start talking about it. Okay. What about the answers? Elsie, do you have any answer concerning?
I heard some things, but I'm not sure. I heard 18, July 18.
Very good. So you have the date.
And this place, I heard something about cars of 20s.
Cars of the 20s, it should be.
The 20s.
Okay. Do you understand the 20s? No, the
All cars.
exactly. That information is here. So this is another. You were very, very close. Something very important here is this observation. The audio will not give you explicit answers. Sometimes they will give you synonyms. You know, so all cars is a synonym for cars of the 20s. Let's see what is the rest of the information, but the data is there. Very good.
Okay, and I don't get it a word. I heard beds when they were talking about activities for ladies.
Okay.
And the price, I think that he said 30 pounds.
30 pounds. Very good. Okay, so the last one is pretty much, it's correct. Let's call it like that. The last one is correct. The one of the competition for the ladies, that's a pronunciation issue. Do you remember what is different on British pronunciation? Different to American pronunciation?
The letter T.
The letter T and the letter
R.
correct. If you think about the letter R in a different way, you will understand this one.
Okay.
Okay, let's listen to it one more time.
Mhm.
Before with the second play, let me go for the rest. What about Caesar, for example? What answers did you catch?
Yeah. Thanks, Elsie. I listened 1970 in this place, Cars of the 1917.
Okay, that was 1970. But yeah, the issue with that one is that cars of the 1970 is equivalent to old cars.
Yeah.
So this is not the answer,
Okay.
you see? Because after they mention the cars of 1970, they mention another thing.
Yeah, I listened 1917, but I don't know
No, you are correct. They
where.
mentioned 1970, but that is equivalent to old cars.
All cars. Okay.
And this is not a question. This is information that we have. Now we need the next information. So you
Yes.
have a reference of location, no? You have a reference
Yeah.
to know where is the information.
Then famous people. I listen only one word, fast.
Fast. You are so close, very, very good.
And
Complete, correct.
in for ladies, I listen past, but not past because after have off, and off
Okay.
is for nouns.
Before, not after. Before.
Before have off, and off is for nouns. In past is incorrect.
The number of pass that doesn't match.
Yeah.
No.
And I listen the price of family ticket, the 12 pounds.
We are so close. The problem with the family ticket is that the guy mentions 3 tickets.
Yes,
And you
the
got one.
only one person family ticket and twice.
Twice? What is twice? Twice is
No,
equal to 2 times.
No, for two people.
For 2 people.
Two people, and only I listen 12 pounds.
Precisely.
I think it is a price for one person.
For one person, for kids. They give price for one person, price for kids, and price for families.
Okay.
So the person is giving you 3 prices and you got confused. That was, you fell in the trap.
Okay.
Okay. That's the one. Let's now try with, who else is here? Benji. Do you have any answer in this one, Benji?
No, teacher, I arrived too late.
Okay, you are up later. Okay, you can try in the second exercise. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And what about Laurita? Do you have any answer?
I hear the WW
W.
W. I understand the number the ticket or
The number, the ticket, the number or the price?
the price.
The price.
Only, yeah. Some
Okay. That mention, the last mention, the others.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's the final part, no? The final part is
Yes,
about the ticket.
I finally. Mhm.
Okay, so similar to Caesar, remember the person mentions 3 tickets,
Okay.
but here we need only one, okay? The family ticket. So now with this information, after we create the picture and after we are familiar with some information, you are going to listen to the audio again. I really recommend that you don't write anything when you hear the play, the audio. You know, write it at the end. Ready? Attention.
The motor show will be returning to Eastbrook this July, and if you thought last year's show was good, you're going to love the show this year. It's going to be bigger, there'll be more things to do, and there will also be several famous faces around the place. It'll be held on the 18th of July, and this year the motor show will not take place on the park school field like last year, but will take place on the 3-tree showground. This will give a lot more space for car parking, which was a problem last year. There will be lots of great things to see and do. There will be a display of old cars and buses from as early as the 1920s, all in beautiful condition. There will also be a display of cars of the future, cars powered by electricity or the sun, so you'll have the chance to see what we could all be driving in 50 years' time. You will also have the chance to see some great people from the motor industry. Jack Tyler, famous presenter of the television show Fast Driver, will be signing copies of his new book, Speed King. Top racing driver Michael Borman will also be attending and giving out signed photographs. If you're thinking that the Eastbrook Motor Show is just for men and has nothing for the ladies, think again. There'll be lots of stalls selling gifts, jewellery and clothes, and there's also the chance to win a beautiful sports car especially designed for female drivers. All you have to do is guess the number of bears in the car. I imagine that means toy bears, not real bears. So you can't miss that, can you? If you want to go to the Eastbrook Motor Show, tickets are £12 for adults and £6 for children, but you can get a family ticket for 2 adults and up to 3 children for £30. If you want to avoid queues on the day, you should buy your tickets in advance. You can get them from the Eastbrook Village shop or online on www.eastbrookmotorshow.co.uk. See you there, it's going to be a great day.
Let's see how well we got it. Difficult? Yes, a little. Let's see how we do. Possible. Okay. Okay. So the person speaks really quick. I understand. It's very, very fast. But let's see what you got. Number 1. What is the answer on number 1? Elsie, you were correct actually.
July 18th.
July 18th, you are totally correct. Very good. It's very important that you add the TH. Remember that the dates are ordinal numbers in English. Okay. Do we have the location, Elsie? No,
No.
no problem. That's a very difficult one. Jessie, do we have the location?
No, teacher.
No. Caesar, also no. Laurita. Benji,
No.
also no.
No.
Okay, that was a difficult one.
Hmm.
Okay, so the answer that we have in this moment is, let's go over here. In the first play, we got some of them. We got the date, July 18th. The location is still a mystery, or was a mystery. We don't know the cars of the what. Caesar got fast in this case. This was a mystery. And the last one, Elsie was correct with 30 pounds. By the way, remember, this is British, so they are going to speak about pounds, not dollars. This second repetition, we got July 18th. That was totally correct. We don't know the location. I only listen that the location is in a place with roof for the hard sun. Ah, okay, yeah, there's an expression about it, but yeah, that's a reference. We need the name of it. So let's go to the next. Displays. Did we get the mysterious part of the displays, Elsie?
Cars of the future.
Very good. Cars of the future. That's correct. The reason it cannot be electric because we have the connector the. So it cannot be the electric. But definitely the future, that is totally correct. The issue with this is the pronunciation of the word future. Because if you go to the British pronunciation, British people will not pronounce the R. They open the mouth for the letter R. In American, it's future.
Future. Future.
But in British, it's future.
Future. Future. Future.
The person is opening the mouth. This is exactly at this point.
There will be lots of great things to see and do. There'll be a display of old cars and buses from as early as the 1920s, all in beautiful condition. There will also be a display of cars of the future. Be a display of cars of the future.
Cars of the future. You see? Precisely is the pronunciation that we have over here.
Future.
Right? So that was the issue. If you didn't get this one, was because we were thinking in the American pronunciation. We need to adapt our listening to the British pronunciation too. Next, famous people. Do we have that information? Yesy.
No, teacher, I just get forgot something about book.
Something about book. No, definitely not. Because we are talking about a television show. So the audio is asking you for the name of the TV show. Therefore, that doesn't match.
Okay, no, teacher.
No problem. What about Caesar? Do you have this one?
Only half past.
Have fast. Ah, yes. Yes. You said fast in the previous play. That was technically good, but we still need something else. Is fast something? What do you have, Laurita? Do you have the name of the TV show?
I hear tribe.
You're very close. Very close. Yes, it's Drive, but it's not Drive.
Tribe. Pues tribe. Some.
Do you know, Laurita, how do you call a person who drives?
No, teacher.
Then we need to go to Benji. How do you call a person who drives, Benji?
Driver.
Exactly. And this is the one, the answer to the second one. Fast driver. The issue,
Okay.
again, is what happens with future. Because British English is not driver. It's driver.
driver, driver, driver,
Remember that the R is open in English. Listen to this.
Just for men and has nothing for the and giving out signed photographs. If you're thinking King, top racing driver Michael Borman will also be attending and giving out signed photographs.
Top racing driver Michael Borman. No, this is the next. It's before this.
Driver will be signing copies of his new. You will also have the chance to see some great people from the motor industry.
Great people from the motor industry.
Jack Tyler, famous presenter of the television show Fast Driver.
You hear? Jack Tyler, television show or TV show, Fast Driver.
Famous presenter of the television show Fast Driver.
Fast Driver. Here it is. Of course, I understand that he speaks very, very fast. In a moment, we are going to analyze the pronunciation, okay? So we can adapt better to it. Finally, competition for the ladies, Elsie. Did you guess what was the mysterious R? You don't have it.
No.
Wow. Okay. Jessie, do you have this one?
Not
Okay. Okay. What about Caesar?
Price.
The number of price?
Yeah, guess the number of price.
But the number of price doesn't match because the number of is talking about countable things. For example, I want to guess the number of cookies that I ate today. The number of cars that you will see. When you say the number of, you are talking about multiple objects. And price is not a multiple object. So that one definitely was not correct. And also, the phonetic matches a little bit, but we need a countable now. What about Laurita? Do you have this one?
No, teacher.
Okay, that one is difficult. What about Benji?
No, teacher. Sorry.
Wow, okay, that one is difficult. Don't worry, I'm gonna help you in a moment. Okay. The last one, the ticket. Elsie said it at the beginning. She said 30 pounds, and she was totally correct. If you got the 30 pounds, then that one is correct. Because he mentions the tickets for the kids, the tickets for adults, and the tickets for families. Okay. So technically, you will get 1, 2, 3, and 4 correct. Be careful with the fast driver. That was a little difficult because of the pronunciation. So let's analyze the answers. Okay. Please observe the following slide. It was bears. It was bears. It was 3-tree showground. So let's see what's going on in this case. Okay. In the audio, you'll hear the following part. The motor show will be returning to Eastbrook this July. This section is equivalent to the title. You know, this is equivalent to the title of the thing. No, it matches. The motor show will be returning to Eastbrook this July. Eastbrook Motor Show.
The motor show will be returning to Eastbrook this July.
And if you thought last year's show was good, you're going to love the show this year. All this information is not necessary. This is not relevant to nothing. So then we go to the next part. It's going to be bigger. There will be more things to do. And there will also be several famous faces around the place. All this text is unnecessary information. No? After that, we have the first relevant information. It will be held on the 18th of July. This is the first relevant information. Which matches perfectly the information of the date. Do you agree or do you disagree? What is held?
Held,
Mhm.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Okay, let's go to the dictionary. If I look for the word held, the text is going to tell me that this is the past tense and past participle of hold. And if you see the word hold, we're going to see the definition that we need is the definition B1, which talks about number where is it?
I think that it's
It's
up.
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 Yes, it's up. Where was it?
Yeah,
To put your hands, to keep in a position, to support the weight.
I see the word competition.
Yes.
The 7 have a meeting competition. I think.
Ah, yes. To have a meeting, a competition. And the same formula is here. The next conference will be held in Ohio. This means that when you have a meeting, when you make an event, you hold it. So definition, to make and host an event, a meeting, a competition, etc. The same information is here. The next conference will be held in Ohio. Look at the answer here. It will be held on the 18th of July. This is, of course, B1. Is this vocabulary new for you? Take a note. Useful for your
Teacher,
yes.
what else is that?
Exactly. This particular structure is considered passive voice, a
Okay.
structure that we'll see the next month. But
Okay.
will be held is this past participle. In this case, this is not fully past.
Okay.
Okay. Something that we saw in previous classes was that the past participle can become a description. For example, if you say, I surprise you, surprise is a verb. But if I say, I am surprised, surprised is a description derived from the past participle.
Okay.
The same logic is happening here. Held is a past participle, and for that reason, this is a description. Color orange. Okay.
I thought that it was a phrasal verb. Phrasal verb.
Ah, yes.
Hold on.
Held on. No, that's separated. Mhm. Even though when you say hold on as a phrasal verb, is similar to wait. So that's a very different concept. So that's the first vocabulary. Let's go to the next. Location. The location is after the date. Something very important is that the person mentions that it will not take place on the park school, the park school field. Because the word take place is a phrasal verb for B1 again. Which means to happen. Take place is similar to happen. So will not happen on the park school. Will not be on the park school. This year, it will take place on the 3-tree showground. That's the information that gives us the location. The question is, nobody understood this section, no? I think the problem was phonetics, comprehension. Let's listen to the comprehension. Let's listen to the pronunciation, sorry, of this guy. Attention.
There's big things to do, and there will also be several famous faces on the park school field like last year, but will take place on the 3-tree showground. Will take place on the 3-tree showground.
Will take place on the 3-tree showground. I think the problem in this case was understanding the verb take place. If you don't understand take place, this answer was very difficult to get. So please take a note on the vocabulary. Okay. The reason we didn't understand this was vocabulary. take place. Questions? No questions? Sure. Right. Let's pass to the next. This will give a lot of space, blah, 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 blah. Problem lies here. Exactly. The rest of the information is irrelevant. If you understand it, that's positive. But if you don't want to listen more, don't. The most important part was the verb take place. Jesse, give me an example with take place.
Mm, mm, I'm thinking my next birthday. No. Mm, um, the party of my next birthday is going to take place in in Oaxaca.
Okay, let's go to Oaxaca, I guess. Perfect, perfect example. Mhm. Usually when we are talking about events, we use the word take place.
Okay.
So take that as an answer. Good job. The next. There will be lots of great things to see and do. There will be a display of old cars. This is explicit. There will be a display. Explicitly, the person is telling you the word display. This is a very good help because here we have the word display. So do you agree that this is super useful? Display. What is a display? This is vocabulary from previous classes. You can tell me.
Place up on the demonstration of show.
Nice, exactly. Close. Because it's a demonstration or show, yes. But of demonstration of what?
In a place, location, no. Or place of show.
So we saw it in previous classes.
Mhm.
It's a presentation of
Of demonstration.
demonstration. That's impossible. It's synonym.
Okay.
Demonstration and exposition.
Presentation or no.
No. Look, we saw it when we saw the cheapskate. In the cheapskate, we saw his job, him. Displays. An arrangement of things like products.
Exhibit.
An exhibit, exactly. This is a display of products. So again, that helps. That helps with the comprehension, the picture. Old cars.
Exhibit of the cars.
Exactly. Exhibit of old cars and buses. This is explicitly, right? All of this is explicit. And then you have the magic words. from early as 1920s, blah, 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 in beautiful condition. And there will be also a display also. The word also is the most important part because this gives additional information to the first part. So we can understand, because the person said also, we can detect cars of the future. Yes or no? Next part. Jack Tyler. Something that we usually omit is the names. In the exam, I think it's super important to pay attention when a person says a name. Because the name can really provide location of answers. Jack Tyler, Jack Tyler. For me, that's a very easy strategy. Famous presenter of the television show, Bus Driver. So there was two problems in this case. Three problems. Number one, ignoring the names. Don't ignore names. Okay. Number two, the word presenter. Probably you consider the word presenter is easy when you see the word. But when you listen the word, it's very difficult to understand. A presenter is a host for TV or radio. A host for TV or radio. And according to the dictionary, this is B1. Yes, understand? Or understand? So the best key or the best help is to detect what? What do we need to detect in this case?
The name.
Exactly, girl. Names really help. Really help. Do you have any question in this case? All right, let's pass to the most difficult part. Can I pass to the next part? Final part for the ladies. If you're thinking that the Eastbrook Motor Show is just for men, and has nothing for the ladies, think again. What does think again mean? If you're thinking has nothing for the ladies, think again. What is think again?
Reconsider.
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 Very good, eh? Very good. I like that definition. Think again is similar to reconsider because there is some information for the ladies. There are some events for the ladies. And then they mention stalls, gifts, jewelry, and clothes. And there is also the chance to win a beautiful sports car. When you have the word win, this is your information for the competition. The information that you are looking for is right here. Because you have the word win. All you have to do is guess the number of bears. This information is literal in the text. Guess the number of, guess the number of. So this is a perfect match with the information. The problem was the pronunciation. Similar to future and drive, the word bad is British. Bad.
bear,
This is American.
bear,
This is British.
bear, bear,
Bad is open. The number of bears in the car. Do you know what is a bear? What is it? Anyone?
Animal,
It's an animal. That's right.
but in this case is a toy.
And in this case, it's a toy, which is a teddy bear. Right? Everybody is familiar with a toy bear, which actually is also named teddy bear. So we need to imagine a car with many bears inside, and you need to guess the number of bears in the car. That was the answer. And finally, the mysterious word for the ticket. The ticket said that is 30 pounds. It was very important to consider that the word was pounds, not dollars. Okay. If you were expecting dollars, that was incorrect. Over here, you have the 3 tickets. Okay. Number 1, tickets are 12 pounds for adults. That's ticket number 1. 6 pounds for children. That's ticket number 2. But the most important part is the but. Okay. Consider but, and, or, and so. Very important separators or connectors that can give you the answer. You can get a family ticket for 2 adults and up to 3 children for 30 pounds. This is our answer. The rest of the information is irrelevant. And there you have it. What do you think about this exercise? Tell me. Any observations? Any tips? Come on, guys. Where are you? Anyone? Any observation? Any complaint? Like, oh no, teacher, this is very difficult. See you later, something.
I like it.
You like it? Okay. I didn't expect that. And do you see value on the tips? Are you going to apply the tips? Do you think they're useless? What are you going to do in the exam?
Listen and see the image.
The image, yes, the most. I think that part is very important. Mhm.
Yes, first let's see the image, after listen and not
Exactly.
write. And after listen and write.
I agree.
Write at the last.
And you know what? You need to be very careful because in the exam there is no image.
Ah,
Exactly, that's the point. The reason I am giving you that tip is because with the text, you need to create an image in your mind. Don't see an image.
okay.
That's the first thing that we need to get. So this is needs to be in your imagination. An image in your imagination can give you context of the audio. Right? So I think tip number 1 is essential. Essential. The rest of the information is a little bit useful. Vocabulary, no? And considers their British pronunciations, for example, in what happened with driver. What was the other?
Future.
Future and bears. And that is pretty much everything that we have for today. Future, driver, bear. Yeah, that's it. If you have any question, we can go to rest. Do you want more exercises? Do you need a link to practice more?
Yes,
I can give you.
the audios.
Sure. I can give you more exercises for you to have more practice of it. Okay, let me send you through WhatsApp the next exercise, which is right here. Key
Thank you, teacher.
practice before the exam. Remember, the listening is on Friday, so you have perfect time to continue practicing this. This is part 3, complete notes. Let me
Teacher,
see.
the exam is tomorrow.
The exam is tomorrow. We start with writing and reading. And Friday we do listening and speaking.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Here we have another one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, indeed. Oh yes. And we finish for today. Okay. Can I speak Spanish for a moment?
No.
I don't think so.
Come on. Just a minute. I can speak in English, you know. That's on you. Let me help you.
In
Ah,
parallel.
yeah. La razón por la cual les quiero hablar en español es porque tengo noticias. Voy a hacer unos ajustes dentro de los próximos días porque vamos a hacer unos cambios de horarios y de duración de clases y con esto viene un ajuste en el precio. Les va a convenir a ustedes que ya llevan un tiempo y aparte nos va a convenir, me va a convenir a mí para poder ajustar más grupos dentro del horario de las 6 de la tarde en adelante. Voy a expandir las clases a las 10 de la noche, pero van a ser clases de 1 hora. ¿Ok? Entonces, voy a ver cómo nos acomodamos y estoy checando cómo van a quedar los grupos a partir del lunes, porque ya tenemos gente en espera para entrar y entonces vamos a hacer un par de movimientos. ¿Ok? Les voy a dar ya todos los detalles dentro de estos 2, 3 días, pero me interesa mucho que me manden por favor por WhatsApp los horarios en los que están disponibles para tomar su clase durante 1 hora. A algunos de ustedes ya les pregunté. ¿Ok? A los demás, los que no les he preguntado, les agradecería mucho el feedback para que yo pueda acomodarlos y podamos empezar el lunes con el horario nuevo. ¿Vale? También se vale decir, hey, teacher, a las 10 de la noche ya es demasiado. También me pueden decir, ¿vale? Lo que necesiten para que podamos ajustarnos, pero ahora el horario va a ser de 1 hora porque el programa ya está hecho y entonces ya me puedo ir mucho más rápido. ¿Ok?
Ok.
Pero sería de 6, o sea, no entiendo, de 6 a 10, o sea, el último horario sería las 9.
Correcto. Técnicamente necesito que me digas a qué hora ya estás disponible para tomar tu clase.
Ok, sí, de
Ajá.
6 a 9 prácticamente.
Exactamente.